life, principle, divine substance, permeating all of existence. We are right now in a quantum soup. Energy everywhere. Now, it's up to us. It's a matter of choice. It is all a matter of choice, whether we are open to it or close to it, because we have free will. We have free will how we meet life. And so, I want to start with a little joke. There was this kindergarten teacher, and she wanted to teach the children a lesson about self-esteem. So she was discussing about self-esteem and how they felt and that it was okay. And so she said, if any of you feel that you're a little dumb, would you please stand up? And at first nobody stands up. And then this little boy stands up. And she says, Johnny, do you really feel dumb? And he said, no, I just felt bad that you were the only one standing up. Well, Johnny was in touch with his feminine side of nurturing and being compassionate, right? He was empathetic towards her. You know, if you recall last week, I talked a lot, it was Mother's Day, about the importance of really honoring the divine feminine in us, too. The divine mother, because God is the allness, not just a he. You know, not just a father, he's father, mother, everything. So we want to bring both sides to us, the right and left brain coming into union. Divine mind, divine heart. Mind and heart. Wisdom and love in a perfect union within us. So that our thoughts, our words, our deeds, everything is in alignment and in a flow. That's why we're all here. And it doesn't stop. We're all on this sacred journey that continues to evolve and evolve and evolve. And that's how we anchor heaven on earth. Heaven is not a place that we're going to go. Heaven is a state of mind that we can have access to right here, right now, if we use these principles to really, really come to a place where we can embody the divine in this human experience. I love this quote from Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Earth is crammed with heaven, and every common bush afire with God. But only he who sees takes off his shoes. The rest sit around it and pluck blueberries. So when we're really open and present to life, we begin to see beauty and we begin to see possibilities where we thought there were no possibilities before. The world takes on a whole different color when we are present, when we're open, when we're receptive, when we really say, I am open to the creative process, because God is both immanent and transcendent. God is still creating, and he needs each and every one of us. Here I am, Lord. I love that song. Here I am. Let's say that together. Here I am. I am here. I am here. I'm welcoming the divine presence in me, through me, as me. And then we begin to know that there's no such thing as separation, which, by the way, we're here physically, but there are many people throughout the world watching us also. And we know that we are connected in spirit. So let's give a wave to everybody that's watching us. Yay! Woo! We're in this. We're all in this together. And when we are centered and totally in alignment, haven't you seen that things seem to work out better? You know, we begin to see things right. We begin to create a different reality for ourselves. So if you don't like the reality you're living, it's really up to us to really say, okay, I am ready to have a shift. And remember, for those of you that might be here for the first time, because there's quite a bit of you that are here for the first time, and I don't know if you come from 20 years in Unity or this is your first experience in Unity, right? I don't know that. So I want to give you an insight of why I believe these teachings are so powerful. 5 principles, but 5 principles that if we work them can transform your life. What is the first one? Oh, I hear, oh, but it's okay. You say something and I believe you. I believe you. One presence, one power, right? One presence, one power in the entire universe. God the good. The second principle is that we have it within us too. It's not just everywhere. It's in us. We have powers in us. The I am. Watch your I am. So every time you say, I am worried, I am unhappy, I am not good, you are totally closing the doors. You're closing the doors of possibilities. And your energy goes down. So I am here. I am open. And that doesn't mean that we don't have human experiences of feeling down, but that there's also an awareness that we're more than the experience that we're having right now. Because we do have loss. We do have moments where we're grieving. We do have moments when we're angry. All part of this experience of being human. But at the same time, don't lose sight that there's something greater. There's a moment of, I can just take a breath and find that center in me. Find that is unchanging. Find that I can open the door and see things differently. That I can say, okay, I'm ready to have something different in my life. Because you know the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Most of the time, we recycle our thoughts energetically, going loops and loops and loops and loops. And we wake up in the morning and we might say, thank you, God. It's going to be a wonderful day. You get up, and a minute later, your mind is going, oh, my God, I have to do this and I have to do that. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then when you don't have something to worry about, then you feel a little lost because you already don't have something to worry about. And energetically, you're waiting for something so that you can go back to the loop. So watch your thoughts. That's the third unity principle. Thoughts held in mind produce after our experience of reality. So watch your thoughts. If a thought is limiting, if it's negative, it's really telling you the door is closed, it's time to open. Open the mind and say, okay, how can I see this situation differently? How can I have a better thought? Right? So we want to really watch our thoughts. And of course, as a movement in prayer, affirmative prayer, we affirm the truth of who we are because this I am presence is the living, loving Christ within us. It is the Atma consciousness, the Buddha consciousness, whatever you want to call it. And in this I am are 12 principles plus. 12 principles that in any moment I can say, divine love is guiding me. Divine love, wisdom, strength, power. I can go on. And one of these powers is release. Every morning we should really release the old, and every morning be a different creation in God. Every morning renew our spirits so that we continue to be in a mindset of growth. Continually evolving. Okay? And continually really activating these principles of the divine feminine, the joy, the compassion, the passion, and beauty. All these things that are really the creative. We're all creative. You know why we're all artists? We're all God's artists. Because the divine, the holy God is the greatest artist there is. And he didn't just create the world, and somewhere, God is still active in the world, in creation, but he needs us. He needs each and every one of us. The creation story continues itself through all of us. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of the Unity Movement, said, "Your mission is to express all that you can imagine God to be." And one of the ways that we can do so, of course, is pray, pray, pray unceasingly. Pray by just centering ourselves in the I am presence, and begin with gratitude, end with gratitude, and begin to see things right. I love, have you watched Alice in Wonderland? There's a line there that I absolutely love. You know, I think that, and it is when Alice goes to see the queen, and she says, "One can't believe in impossible things. You know, I can't believe in impossible things." And the queen says, "Well, my child, when I was your age, I would spend 30 minutes believing in impossible things. And sometimes there will be six impossible things that I would believe in before breakfast." Impossible has the word I am in it. I am possible. When you think of a situation that feels impossible, open it up and say, "I'm willing to see this differently through the I'm possible." God is greater than any challenge. And the God that we're talking about is the beingness that permeates all existence that is within us. Because everything is energy, and we're flowing in this energy. And then Charles Fillmore says that the key to the operation of mind is symbolically set forth in the Genesis account of the 6 days of creation. One's mind goes through the identical steps in bringing an idea into manifestation. Between the perception of an idea and its manifestation, there are 6 definite positive movements, followed by the 7th, that day of rest, which the mind relaxes and sees its work and process of fulfillment. So, in any situation that we can imagine, at first there could be chaos, you know, darkness. Out of the darkness, everything came out, right? So, the birthing process can be chaotic. Can we identify that? Yeah. You're a woman and you've given birth, you know that it can be chaotic, right? So the first step in the darkness, in the chaos, and when we can't see a way out of a situation is what? Let there be light. Light. Turn on the light. When you turn on the light, where does the darkness go? Light. And how do we turn on the light? By centering ourselves. Even if it's just a breath, and just say, "Okay, I am here. I'm turning on the light." You know, acknowledge your heart, acknowledge your mind, come into alignment, and come into that place of prayer. Prayer. And if it's just a thank you, just a breath, just as I am here, I am centered, I am open and receptive to whatever may arise. And then you can do an affirmation, affirm something. Unity uses denials and affirmations. It's not that we deny that something is happening. No, we deny that anything in the outer world has really any power over us. Okay? So it's not a spiritual bypass. No, we deal with whatever needs to be dealt with, but we're also aware that there is something greater and that there is a power at work regardless of the situation. So first step is let there be light. Come into alignment, come into prayer. The second step is the firmament, and that is faith. 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 Radical faith. That we can really come to that place in us that is grounded in truth. God is my supply. God is my help in every need. My faith is strong. And that's where we have illumined thoughts because we've been in prayer and unshakable faith, regardless of appearances. The third step is imagination. We all have the power of imagination. That is one of our 12 powers, is imagination. However, when we are not consciously aware of using our powers, imagination can have a shadow side too, because it can run wild, creating scenarios of what could happen. It really can be taken by fear and worry, and it can go down a rabbit hole. So we want to really bring it back and begin to use imagination to create the reality we desire. I like to say, God, show me the greatest vision for my life, being open to a greater vision. See it right, feel it. Begin the essence of whatever it is we desire. Begin to feel it now, because everything is energy. See it right, begin to feel it. And that's how we begin to form this divine substance into something tangible. Let the dry land appear. That's how we begin to form omnipresent substance. We begin to see it right. Possibility thinking. The fourth step is understanding and will. Letting go of our personal desires, our personal will to a greater will. I'm willing. There's a little humility here. I'm willing to step aside from my personality, from my ego mind, and really listen to what is evolving. I've already seen it right. I have a vision, and we begin to have a plan maybe, right? But it might not always be the same linear way that we think, that the mind wants it to be. It's more that like the labyrinth. We walk and there are twists and turns, but our faith is strong. There's twists and turns how we might get there. And there might be some little blocks in the way or something, and God, show me. And we keep praying and praying, because we're all on a hero's journey. So there will be some unexpected things, but our faith is strong as we go on this journey with understanding and will. And we take the time to really turn on the light of understanding. Let me see understanding, going beneath a situation, understanding, going beneath a situation around it. Begin to look at the many angles so that we begin to use the divine mind, the creative genius that's in each one of us. Remember, the divine continues to create through each one of us. You're all creative geniuses. Turn to the person next to you and say, you are a creative genius. You are a creative genius. And of course, the fifth step is discernment, using the power of judgment and discernment in a positive way, with a turning on the light of that to really ask the right questions, inquire, really grounded in principle, so that our energy, our mind, our actions are all moving in the right direction. Whatever it is that we want to create, that we're going in the right direction. And I like to say, small steps sometimes, over time, creates new habits. So we have a plan, little steps every day towards what we want, so that our energy doesn't go into what we don't want, right? And the sixth step, of course, we talked a lot about it last week, is wisdom and love. Heart and mind in alignment. We are in that process, heart and mind in alignment. We welcome the masculine and we welcome the feminine, and we come into our wholeness. That's that. And then the seventh step is the Sabbath. The Sabbath. We've done our work, and then trust and know that God is doing its work. Because sometimes, and I've seen this, and I've I have to say it, me too. I've gone through that too. We do a prayer, we want something, and then we don't let go, we cling, and God, it has to be this way, that way, and that way. Let go and let God. Be grateful. Be grateful. Know that you've done your work. Keep your faith strong. God first in my life. My faith is strong. I'm watching my thoughts. My energy is going towards what I want. Even when I'm not feeling, nevertheless, I am willing to do what I said I would do. Little steps. That's a commitment to oneself so that we are in integrity. Ernest Holmes says, when we fail to live in accord with the divine, we bring suffering to ourselves. Right? We know when we're out of alignment. We know when we're beating ourselves up, and it doesn't feel good. So if you're not feeling good, take a breath and come into prayer and relax and trust. And whatever you do, activate those faith muscles. And then he goes on to say, in transforming energy into power, we are uniting an invisible essence with our invisible law, which is the way the universe operates. If we identify ourselves with the source, then our world establishes eternal harmony, transforms everything, rearranges everything to our benefit. It is an act of complete surrender of the human to the divine, without the loss of the human. I love that. Complete surrender of the human to the divine, without the loss of the human. It's both and. It is both. I am both. I am both divine and human. And it is a complete inflowing of the divine into the human. That's how we live in this awareness of light and full potential. So we want to start the day doing that, welcoming the light, preparing our day energetically, right? And then expect a magical day. How many of you saw the movie? This was years ago. I don't remember what year, but it was a long time ago. The movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? Okay, so there, Dr. Dispenza mentioned about creating your day. You're aware of that, creating your day, and what he does to create his day, because he said, he really want to have the mentality of a genius, because God is a genius, and the genius is within each one of us. So he goes on to say that he wakes up every morning and consciously creates the day the way that he wants it to happen, right? Because he said, I'm infecting the quantum field, the mind of God. You're putting energy out and the energy responds, because we're all in this together. We attract energetically what we focus on. And then he tells the universe, give me a sign, but a sign that is so incredible that I would know without any doubt that it is coming from you, right? A sign. So I remember the day after we watched this movie, the day after, we were at a friend's house, and we were talking, and we said, tomorrow we're all going to plan this. We're going to create our day, and we're going to manifest something. Just playing around, right? And so my roommate, who was very out there, he said, I'm going to do something really wild so that I know without a doubt that it was coming. And I go, I think I'm going to be a little more conservative, So I witnessed this. The next day, we went to Blockbusters to get a video. Remember Blockbusters, when we used to go and get a video? So we go to Blockbusters, and I'm there, and he's looking at a video right here, and right in front of him in the next aisle, turned with the back towards him, was this woman. And he kind of thinks that the woman is talking to herself, and the woman is talking to herself, and he's looking at the video, and then out of nowhere, from the woman's hand, he couldn't see it at the time, a monkey jumps on top of his head. A monkey jumped on top of his head. in Blockbusters. The woman was holding a monkey. Monkey got out of her hands and jumped to my friend's head. Was there any doubt that the universe heard? And for me, what I have realized is that every time that I have been really playful, because God is playful, God is energy, God is creative energy. So every time that I have been really playful and just say something kidding around like this and seeing it, of course, all these steps are there, but in a playful way, it manifests like this. And I'm going, oh, thank you, God, One time when I was, I think I mentioned this before, but it's still one of those times that shocked me. I don't know why, but sometimes, because I said it playfully, but I must have done it in a way that I was heard. Actually, even before I share that story, I remember 2 years ago when I was here on this side of town, and I was actually speaking at another church and enjoying the Gulf Coast and enjoying the sunset and was having a great time. And I remember having this feeling, and I said, in 2 or 3 years, I want to move here. Here I am. But it's those moments where we're in alignment, thought and feeling and energetically, everything comes together, And then this time, I'm traveling to Unity Village. I'm already ordained as a minister, and I'm going there to serve. And so I'm going to go there to be part of a team where I will be somebody's mentor in the ministerial program. And so my roommate, the same one with the monkey, is taking me to the airport, and I put my suitcase in the middle of the living room, and I told him, so here's the deal. Now that I'm going as a mentor, the church that I'm going to mentor this minister in is going to have to invite me twice to come in and do processes with them. So let's see where I want to go. Let's see where my mentee is going to go. And I looked at the entire map of the United States in my eyes, and I saw myself going like this. And then I see ocean, and then I feel this energy going like this and going, and I went, Hawaii. I went twice to Hawaii. So you see, my friends, let's not take ourselves so seriously. Have fun with the creative process. And sometimes I know life gets really heavy. Put some music and dance. Let go of whatever is really weighing you down. Even in the midst of grief, even in the midst of going through something, take time to laugh. Take time to celebrate life. Take time to be grateful. Take time to just say, here I am, sweet Spirit, use me. Here I am, Lord. Here I am, Lord. Let's say that together. Here I am, Lord. Here I am, Lord. Here I am. Use me. Yes, I want to be a creative genius. Yes, expand my awareness of what is possible here and now for the benefit of the entire world, because we want to anchor heaven on earth here and now in this time and in this moment. Thank you. And now, are we ready to go into a meditation so that you can see what is cooking inside of you? What is desiring expression in each one of you? So we breathe into our hearts with gratitude. Take a moment to bless your body from head to toe. See your entire body filled with a healing light. See your entire body filled with new life. And we're grateful for all that has been, all that will be. but we know that our power lies in the here and now. I am centered in God here and now. And notice the breath. Every inhalation is a reminder that you are being lived. Every inhalation, we are taking in new life. And as we exhale, we give back. So we want to be in this flow of life, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And we watch our thoughts, our words, our deeds, so that we are in alignment with the divine through us, as us, continues the creative process. So breathe through your heart space and let your heart open now, wider than ever. And in your heart, here I am, Lord. Use me and guide me. Let me see things right. I am ready to turn on the light of truth. I am ready to see things right. Aligned with you, I pray unceasingly, knowing that regardless of where I am one with you. My faith is strong, and I use the powers of understanding and will and discernment in every situation, in every area of my life. I begin to see things right as I go forth on my journey to do what is mine to do. And I know that it begins from my beingness, to be available for you, to be available, to be used. So I'm saying, yes, let me be lifted up. And right now, on the wings of love, I am being lifted up higher and higher. And I fly above the clouds like an eagle, knowing that I am the infinite appearing uniquely as me in this moment and in this time. And let us spend some time in the silence as we begin to see what is our next evolutionary step. What am I creating now? What is unfolding in me as me? Show me, sweet Spirit. Let there be light. Let there be light. And if you're going through a challenge right now or any situation, bring it to your mind's eye and just say, let there be light. Let there be light. And let us bask in the silence for a moment. And now take a breath and gently begin to come back. Feel your feet on the earth. Take a moment to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We know that it amplifies our good. Wiggle your fingers. You might want to put your hand on your heart and just say, yes, I am in alignment. Yes, I am grateful. Yes, I am willing. And whenever you're ready, begin to open your eyes and know that your heart is smiling and that all is well. And so it is. Namaste.
Will the ushers please come forward? Okay, it's time for our offering. And like I said the last time I was up here, we give in many ways to our church with time, talent, and treasures, and we appreciate all of them. As many of you know, last week we started passing the offering plate instead of standing at the door. And we went to the door because of COVID, and we just never changed back. And Reverend Elizabeth, at our board meeting, we talked about doing it differently, going back to the old way. And her response was, giving should be a sacred event. I never looked at it like that. I looked at it as a responsibility, a task. I didn't resent doing it, but I knew I was doing what was right. But when I look at it as a sacred event, it means so much more to me. It's kind of like Elizabeth said, it's how you look at something. When you change your whole view of looking at something, it changes so much. So I just invite you, as the offering plate goes around, if possible, and maybe some of you already look at it as that, I never did, look at it as a sacred event as you give to the church. I was also going to tell you that, as many of you know, we've had some issues with air conditioning here as well, and we have 14 air conditioners for Unity. It's a lot of them, and we just paid $9,000 within the last 2 weeks to have air conditioners replaced. It's just a constant battle. For some reason, the Florida heat just runs those air conditioners to death. So I just feel like we should share that with all of you, because most people just don't have the realization sometimes what comes across the desk of the bookkeeper and what our expenses are. So thank you.
Oh, the offertory blessing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And you want everyone to vote.
All right. Repeat with me. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly.
My life goes on an endless song. Come on up, Bruce.
You know we have chaplains here.
We do.
We do. And what do? They're here to support you in whatever you're going through, or a prayer of gratitude, right?
That's correct. And if you want to celebrate, they can pray and celebrate as well.
Right. So, so we're grateful. And soon, stay tuned, we're going to have a prayer class so that you know that all of you have the power to pray with someone. So soon we're going to have that too.
All
Yes,
right.
we are.
Sounds good to me.
But first we have the quantum living.
That's right.
Yes, so if you haven't, please sign up today, and remember, go see Peg also. So take a moment to reflect. What are you taking with you today? What are you taking with you today? Be mindful. Every moment, from the moment you wake up, energetically look at your day. Pray before a meeting. Pray before something important. Stay prayed up. Turn on the light. Are you willing to turn on the light? Yes. So what shall we do? Let's have him stand.
Well, I want to say thank you for reminding me what I forgot to do today. It's like she doesn't have enough to do already, but...
Let's stand as we say our prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The presence of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us.